kids. If every American just recycled 1/10 of every newspaper, then we could save 25,000 trees per year.
Wow!
Remember, we did not inherit this earth from our ancestors. We're borrowing it from our children. Be a part of Keep Fort Oglethorpe Beautiful. Call the number you see at the bottom of your screen now to become a part of Keeping Fort Oglethorpe Green. This is Council Lady Paula Stinnett. God bless and keep America beautiful.
We've got the power.
Good evening and welcome to this episode of Solutions of Success, Saving the Planet. That's what this episode's all about. And of course, Jack's here with us tonight. We're going to be talking to Dinah Carlton from Heritage High School, Katya, and I got it right, Katya McGregor from Ridgeland, and Joe Salamone from Republic Services and Recycling. Dinah, we said we were going to put you on first. Dynamic young lady, already been accepted by UGA and has a phenomenal mission in her life. Tell us about it.
Well, this semester at my high school, I've entered into an independent study all about environmental science and conserving our resources. I have a lot of smaller sections within that independent study. I am building a solar panel for our homecoming cart. And the football team uses that during the summer so they can be out there with their mics and calling out plays and stuff, and they'll be able to run that on the sun. I've got a program where we're joining the Arbor Day Foundation. We're planting 10 trees on campus to reduce our carbon footprint. I'm also planning an Earth Day event April 22nd. Feel free to show up at Heritage from 6 to 8. We're having a rain barrel silent auction to where you can conserve the rainfall and water your garden with it, so you won't be using your water from your utility system. And I am also doing a lot of other small things. I'm actually installing rain barrels for teachers at our school that have been interested in this program.
I'm not a teacher at your school, but I would love a rain barrel.
All right, we can hook you up.
Thank you. Thank you.
It'd be nice to have around, yeah.
See, I try to get freebie anywhere I can, so thank you, Dinah. You're a beautiful young lady, 18 years old, and yet Earth Day, Arbor Day, most girls are worried about their nails, their hair. You're worried about the environment. Mm-hmm. What's your mission? Why are you doing this?
Well, instead of thinking about the now and what I can do now, I'm really thinking of the future and what we're doing to our planet and how we can save that for future generations. Because the earth is just so beautiful. There's so many things to conserve. And if we don't start doing that now, we'll probably lose it.
Well said. Well said, Dinah. Such a young lady with such a forelook about life and about the planet.
Thank you.
You're going on to UGA. What are you going to do?
I plan to major in water and soil science, and hopefully from there I can get a job doing sustainable agriculture with crops and different kinds of things that need soil testing, water testing, stuff like that.
Wow. So you've been working along with an honors teacher for your advanced placement in environmental science, and you've been working with Catoosa County's Teacher of the Year, Kim Hayden.
Mm-hmm.
How have you've grown with that partnership, and you've learned a lot, putting things together. Tell me about how you first started this. What sparked your interest in the environment?
Well, honestly, what really sparked my interest was I needed a science credit to graduate high school. So I was like, okay, I'll take AP Environmental Science. I need an AP class. I need a science credit. I'll put it together and take that class. And it couldn't have been a better decision, because from there I've discovered my love for the environment, my love for conserving, and all the things. My eyes were open to all the issues that there were and everything we can do to help it. Just small things like reducing waste. It opened my eyes to so many other things.
So it took one dynamic teacher to really light that fire in your heart, and you ran with it. Hats off to our Catoosa County Teacher of the Year. And by the way, my friend Carla Stevens was bragging about you. She is absolutely right. Phenomenal. Also joining us, Katja. Kada. Thank you, Kada. From Ridgeland High School.
Yes.
Now you guys have a really interesting program. I'm hearing the words hydroponics, aquaponics. Obviously, there's something to do with water. What does this mean?
At Ridgeland, about 2 years ago, they built an outdoor set of aquaponic pools. And so aquaponics is just raising plants with fish. So you use the water that the fish live in to fertilize the plants. There's no soil involved. And then hydroponics is exactly like that, minus the fish. So it's just water. You don't even have to have a large enough area for the fish to live in to be able to do it.
Okay. Now, why is Ridgeland doing this? Why are they investing their assets in doing these two programs?
Well, Ridgeland's had a 2-teacher ag department, but we have a lot of non-traditional ag students, and so we're looking for ways to get them involved and them interested in the field of agriculture and realize that it's more than just traditional farming, and also getting them to realize that not everybody has a 100-acre farm. You might only have 10 square feet, 5 square feet, and you can still grow plants, you can still feed your family. We actually use one greenhouse and we can produce hundreds of heads of lettuce, and we never have to disturb the soil, go outside, anything like that.
Wow. So mass production of food is one of the goals, and you're using this in an organic manner. Is that correct?
Well, the hydroponics that we do can't be certified organic because you have to add fertilizer to the water. We use the minimum amount that we can, and I don't like to use anything that I have to have a license for. If I can't, if the regular consumer can't buy it and use it, I don't want to use it because it just scares me. But some of the fertilizers that we use aren't on that certified organic list, but it's as close as you can get. We don't use any pesticides on them or anything like that.
Okay. Now, how does this new farming technique impact the environment? I mean, building off Dinah's trying to save the environment, how does your farming techniques, how does that impact the environment?
Well, we actually use a lot less water than you would in traditional farming, because once we have the water in the system, we only have to add some every couple of days. It's not the hundreds of gallons that it takes to water a field. At this point in time, we're actually trying to set up rain barrels so that we can just use that water to replenish our systems instead of even having to turn on the hose. We never disrupt the soil. We're not adding fertilizer into the ground so that there's no runoff. It's all contained in a closed system.
Wow. Now, it was aquaponics has the fish.
Yes.
What kind of fish?
We have tilapia and catfish at the high school.
Jack, get a pole. We're going to go fishing.
We're putting in largemouth bass this spring, hopefully, so we're probably going to have to try to keep the boys out of those pools.
Wow.
The trout contest in the aquaponic pool.
Neat. Now, you said the hydroponics people can do at home easily.
Yes.
What would I need? Plastic baby pool? How would I do this?
You can use anything that'll hold water. We actually make palletized systems at the high school, so if you've ever driven by a construction site and seen those white containers with the metal around the outside, those IBC totes, we can use those, and you just cut the top off, put the water in the bottom, put a pump in it, flip it over, and then use the circulation, and you can grow plants in the top of it. And you can either use a float system, or you can use clay pellets as growing media, and it takes up maybe a 4x4 space. So it takes up no room at all.
And anyone could do this on their back patio,
Oh, yeah.
their back deck.
I even, my grandmother's going to use one this spring to grow strawberries because she thought it was so cool when she saw it at my job. So
That's a great idea.
Yeah, you can make a whole system out of PVC pipe.
Yeah.
And it's like what she's talking about, like water bottles. more like a 2-liter bottle. You can screw the lid down into a PVC pipe, and cut the top off, and grow your plants out of those 2-liter bottles.
No soil
So it doesn't
required.
take
None.
no soil. Right.
So it's lightweight, easy to move around. All you need is a way to get water in it, and you're good to go.
Well, are there any certain vegetables that prosper better in that environment?
Well, you can't grow anything like carrots or potatoes, of course, because they have to grow under the ground. Tomatoes do well, cucumbers do really well. If you have a way to support any heavier fruit or vegetable, you can grow things like watermelons, pumpkins do really well. Wow. Lettuce is the easiest one, of course, because you don't have to worry about anywhere for the vines to go. They just float on top, and you pick them when you're ready.
You
That
can
is
grow
awesome.
beets as well too. It's a pretty neat
Beets?
system.
Wow. Okay. Another question. I'm still back on the fish. Okay. Sorry. Work with me here. So these little fish are down and they're swimming about. Are they eating the roots? How are they staying alive?
We have to feed them, so we feed our fish. Tilapia will eat the roots of the plants sometimes, though, so you have to watch them. A lot of times you have to put a net in between your plants and the fish, or they'll eat all the roots, and then your plants will die. But they thrive. It keeps the water cooler for the catfish. The tilapia, we normally keep them in, you can keep them in their own tank and just use that water. They have like ebb and flow systems, so all the water rushes in, feeds the plants, waters the plants, and then you take it back to the tank. So that's usually what people do with tilapia. But we have catfish pools outside that this summer, after we get the liners in them, we're going to floats across the top and plant lettuce. So
Awesome. Now, Ridgeland High School, do you have a site? Could I log on there and get an easy step-by-step how to have my own hydroponic garden?
we don't have a how-to set up yet because we've been letting the kids work on that.
Okay.
They got to build those palletized systems, and so they're coming up with, what did I need to do this? How much money would it cost me? Because we want people to be able to make them on their own. Or we want people to be able to go to our kids and say, you know, I want one of these. How much would it cost? And let our students build them for them. But we do have the Ridgeland High School website. There's a link on there to get to the Walker Farms page, and it talks a lot about our STEM program and about the aquaponics, the hydroponics, and the aquaculture that we have.
Now, you sent some photographs to us about, and it's showing some of your students at work and
Yes.
your plants. Zach, can we roll those photographs, please? Zach? There we go. Go ahead and tell us about them.
Okay, this was us selling our first batch of lettuce. Whole Foods was nice enough to let us come set up outside, kind of like a lemonade stand. So we got to sell the heads of lettuce there. The kids had a blast, got to learn a lot. These are actually the heads of lettuce. One of our students is holding them, and you can see the roots and everything. So that's been a great point for horticulture classes. I can just pull the floats up and show them the roots.
Now you see the difference in how that looks versus the more, I don't want to say commercial grown lettuce. There's a big difference in that.
Oh, it's
It
beautiful
tastes,
green.
it tastes as well.
Oh, it
too.
was great. I'm so glad it'll be back in the greenhouse in May. And that's it compared to Peter Davis, the other ag teacher. That's his hand beside the heads of lettuce. They were huge. And we can grow them from seed to fully grown in about 4 to 5 weeks.
Wow, that's pretty quick, is it not?
We can control everything in the system. And plus they're in the greenhouse, so it's warm all the time. And as long as there's sun, they grow fast. That was them, I'd say probably a week before that, maybe a week and a half.
Beautiful green. I don't see a spot anywhere. No insect damage. How are you keeping the insects away?
When they're not in the soil, the insects don't have a place to live. And so you don't need to have the pesticides or have to worry about that.
Wow.
So it's healthier.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a great way for a lot of people to do, like Katie was talking earlier, for small little families that want to do that to get off GMO foods, because that's a big thing now, and much more healthy versions of what they're doing.
And that's one of our palletized systems that the students built. They were in groups and got to get their own IBC tote, and they got to decide how they would design them. So I think we had 10 groups, and so we had 10 different systems And all they needed was a pump, the barrel, the IBC tote, and some PVC pipe. So a couple $100. And then those are our outside pools. We have 5 of them.
And that's where the catfish are going to be?
Yes. The catfish will have crawfish, freshwater shrimp, and largemouth bass. So it'll be busy this spring after we get the new liners put in.
You'll have to put a guard out there around them.
I know. And then this is my greenhouse now, full of just ornamental plants, and we have vegetable plants. But after the plant sale, we'll actually take all that'll be gone, and all 4 of those tables will be full hydroponic lettuce.
Wow. Okay. Plant sale.
Yes.
What's this about a plant sale?
April 6th through May 4th, Ridgeland High School Horticulture Department will have their annual plant sale. So we have a lot of stuff right now, probably a little bit too much, but we have all kinds of flowers. We have some annuals, some perennials. We have vegetables, and it's open to the public. It's a fundraiser for our ag department so that we can continue to let our students experiment and grow and find out what works, what doesn't work. And it'll be every day from 3:30 to 5:30, and then on the weekends from 9 to 11 on Saturdays.
Okay. So everyone in the audience, please go purchase your plants, beautiful flowering plants, vegetables, at Ridgeland High School, April the 6th from 3:30 until 5:30. And on weekends?
It's on Saturdays from 9 to 11.
9 to 11 on weekends. And support your local education. They are doing wonderful, fabulous things. And I really think the two of you could work together with your studies. And who knows, our future of being able to eat and eat organic could depend on a lot of what both of you are doing now and learning about. Definitely new career levels coming from this. All right. Let's pay some bills, Zach. Please watch for your wonderful sponsors who care about you and your family. And when we come back, we're going to talk to the man who makes it all happen with recycling.
We're on the air 24/7. A North Georgia taste of heaven. A fun place to be. And we're your family. UCTV.
Dr. Carl F. Peterson Jr. has been practicing dentistry in the Rossville area for over 30 years. He and his professional staff will gently take care of all of your general, orthodontic, and cosmetic dentistry needs. Dr. Peterson is a participating provider with most insurance companies as well as HealthSpring and Medicaid and will gladly file your insurance. He will be greeted by his friendly staff who take pride in making sure your visit is a pleasant experience. Call and schedule your smile makeover, and don't forget to mention seeing this ad on Solutions of Success to receive a 20% discount on your visit.
At Accelerated Workflow Solutions, we provide software and training in the field of voice recognition to help make computers more accessible for both medical professionals and people with disabilities. Call us at 706-375-3007. We are the Dragon People. We are Accelerated Workflow Solutions.
Absolute Fit is an all-in-one fitness and weight management center. Our mission is to provide professional-friendly support in weight management and all levels of fitness training. We are located at 3012 Lafayette Road in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, just before you enter the Chickamauga battlefield. Remember our motto, don't cheat your body, and mention it and receive a $20 discount towards our J-Blast program.
I knew I needed to lose some weight. I was, and I had a lot of people that had taken the class that wanted me to try it out. So I finally gave in. Said, okay, I'll do that. The exercise program is simple. It's 18 minutes a day right now, which will go up to 28 minutes a day. And I like the knowledge to know that I have to come in on Saturdays or whenever my class is, stand up in front of him and explain why I didn't do well or I did do well. So it's all about the accountability for me more than anything. Well, for me, I take my kids to school. Swing by here. I'm usually, my schedule's a little more flexible than some people's, but for me, it's not about I don't have time, it's about I make time. I would find the time, I'd find that 18 minutes somewhere, even if I have a really tight schedule, I'd find that time because it's that important to me. But it's only, like I said, 5 minutes, and then our little exercise routine that we do, they're 1 minute a piece, and you just keep moving for a minute, you get 30 seconds between each one, and then another 5 minutes, and to me, that's not a lot. but you can actually accomplish a lot in 18 minutes that you didn't know you could accomplish. Well, he holds you accountable, but then you feel like you've let your class down if you have to come in and explain, oh, I gained a pound because I went out and had this party and I ate what I knew I wasn't supposed to eat. And I don't ever want to have to get up in front of them or him and tell them why I gained weight. We go through a presentation to start with. This just helps kind of restructure the way you think about things. And then all of the members in the class are very supportive. We support each other. If you've had a bad week and then you've still lost weight at the end of it, everybody's excited. Because you do have rough weeks. You have weeks where you feel like, I don't think I did what I could do. But then when you come in and you get on the scale and you've still lost weight and everybody's clapping and they're excited for you, it really makes you feel a lot better about what you felt like you didn't do so well on. For me, it's the supportiveness. It's knowing that there are other people there that'll support me no matter what. If I have a bad week, they're still supportive. If I have a good week, they're supportive. It doesn't matter. And knowing that I can come in and cry on Jack's shoulder if that's what I need to do helps me out a whole lot. And I've had bad days. I've had bad weeks. We've had to discuss. He's had to talk me down off the ledge a couple of times, but I like this knowing that they care, because you don't find that everywhere. Sometimes you go somewhere, they just give you a pill and send you on your way. He actually is all about trying to change your life and the way you think about things, and I like that about Jack. I think I walk a little taller than I did a year ago, which is pretty big. You start to feel a lot better about yourself and the way you look. And for me, that's big, because I've never felt that way. I've struggled in my entire life with stuff like that, so it's big. Since March 21st of last year, I'm down 40 pounds. Just that, I think most everybody you talk to would tell you that if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Uh-oh, Dad's gonna be mad.
If you find yourself in need of an attorney, call the law offices of Robert L. Stoltz. From auto crashes to forming a corporation, attorney Robert L. Stoltz can help you through some of life's ups and downs. Call him at 858-0023 or visit his offices at 376 Cloud Springs Road, Fort Oglethorpe. Make a date every Friday and Saturday evening to go to the American Legion Post 40 in Ringgold to
play bingo. We love bingo.
It's fun for kids of all ages.
Bingo is for veterans.
Great food, lots of fun, and money to be won.
Bingo! Bingo!
Bring your family and friends to the American Legion Post 40 in Ringgold. The Walker County Sheriff's Office supports high school graduation. Be smart. Stay in school.
Hey, welcome back to Save the Planet. Now we're going to meet Joe Salamone from Republic Services, and Joe is the man in charge of recycling.
That's right.
And the trash pickup.
That's correct. That's correct. We service the city of Fort Oglethorpe, the city of Rossville. We've been servicing for over 20 years, both those cities, and we offer a recycling program every other week with recycling. So why not better way to talk about recycling with these two young ladies that have just introduced us to some dynamic ways to recycle. So we're here today to just to tell the people how easy it is to recycle.
But why do I want to recycle, Joe?
Oh, that's a great question, Paula, because just think, it takes 24 trees to make 1 ton of paper. So why would we want to do that? Why would we want to cut down 24 trees? That would upset you, wouldn't it, Kata?
Yes, just a little bit.
See there?
But, I'm not a tree hugger. No, I'm not a tree hugger. Tell me why I should want. What's it going to do for me?
Well, let me just say this, Paula. At a landfill, which we own a landfill in Fort Payne, Alabama, that we transport all of our garbage to. It has 50 years of life. When we develop a cell at the landfill, it costs the company over $1 million, and somebody has to pay for that, right? We have to be environmentally friendly, make sure that there's a proper leachate system in place so that we don't contaminate the groundwater, and to prevent us from building cells and to extend the life of the landfill, because we all know, right? I don't think there's any more land out there, right, that you can buy. So once it's all gone, it's gone. So we'd like to extend that landfill instead of 50 years to 70 or 75 years. And how do we do that? Well, we have to recycle, and we've made it real easy, offering every other week recycling. And it's as simple as rolling your card, like you do for your garbage container. You roll your recycle card out. And we recycle everything from plastics 1 through 7, junk mail that tears, magazines, cardboard, aluminum, tin, glass. It's so simple. You just throw it in there. It's not like the old days. Remember the old days where you had the little recycle bin? These young ladies might not remember that. We had a little recycle 18-gallon bins you put at the curb, and you'd have to sort it, and the truck would come by. But no, this is easy. You just throw it all in, makes it easy, and it's amazing how quickly this fills up every other week. And it's a little bit less than garbage, right? I mean, we service every other week. The company's goal is to, number one goal for Republic Services, to be environmentally conscious, and that's what we're trying to do and trying to promote. A little disappointed in our participation so far, right, Paul? I think we have less than 10% participation in Fort Oglethorpe and Rossville, and also in Chickamauga. So this is who we're speaking to, and I think we're going to do a little something special for them tonight, aren't we?
I think so. By the end of the show, stay tuned, because Joe has a really special offer for you. But let's talk again. And I'm acting as devil's advocate with Joe here, because everyone knows I headed the recycle campaign. So I was reading this. You were talking about a landfill.
Correct.
80 to 100 years for one aluminum can to decompose in the landfill.
It's amazing, isn't it? One aluminum can. This little aluminum can right here, 80 to 100 years. Too long.
1 million years for glass to decompose. A million.
Correct. 1 million.
That's amazing. 700 years for plastic to decompose.
Way too many plastic bottles out there.
So this is filling up all the landfills.
Correct.
And therefore costing the city more money to pay for trash pickup, costing you more money to dispose of the waste products, and in essence it will begin to cost the taxpayer more money.
Absolutely. We charge by the ton to cover our costs, as I was telling you about developing the new cell. And the quicker it fills up, you have to pass it along to somebody, right? So we have to pass it along to consumers. I mean, person that opens up a business establishment, they should really consider recycling. All you have to do is call. We'll send out a professional to do a waste assessment for you and analyze your waste stream. We've got all kind of programs for recycling. Most people just really don't want to take the time to look into it. And sometimes it's the same cost that you're paying for your waste, and sometimes it's even cheaper. So why not save the environment, right? Why not extend the life of the landfill? Keep the prices down, because in the long haul, if we have to do another sale, then we have to pass it along. So that's the whole point of being here, is to preserve the environment. And help the citizens. That's what I'm here to do, right?
Yeah. So no matter, even if you are environmentally conscious, or if you're just saying, hey, how's it going to benefit me? This is a win-win for everyone.
Definitely. No question about it.
Okay. I like it. Now, recycling, how is this going to work into your environmental plan? You said you were doing Save the Planet, and you're doing Arbor Day. So there's your trees, and what are we doing to Save the Planet?
At our Earth Day event, we're looking at getting able to get recycling bins put there so people can bring their recycling to the event.
There you go, Joe.
Perfect.
And we're just promoting for people at their house to recycle plastic, glass, paper. I know I do it myself, so I very strongly urge everyone else to do it as well.
And I got to say, Paula, Catoosa County, we have a great relationship with the school. We've been servicing the school system for over 6 years, and they do a tremendous job of recycling. They have all cardboard containers at all their locations, and there's about 4 schools that they do commingled recycling at the schools, which they're one of the first schools. I think they got recognized a few years ago for their recycling efforts. So, And of course, you can see the results, right?
No doubt. She
No
is
doubt.
a product of good recycling, right?
You know what? I might have to recruit her down there when she graduates from UGA.
I think that would be a very
Might
good
not be a
hire.
bad thing.
Very good hire. Joe, you said something to me earlier. If a business has a large stack of cardboard,
Exactly. If they're throwing it if they're throwing it in their dumpster, then of course they're paying for that to be disposed of, and it's going to the landfill. We can come out there and do a waste assessment, potentially put 2 dumpsters out there, service one time a week for the garbage and 1 time a week for the recycling, and save the environment, and maybe reduce their monthly charge.
well, and we know that businesses they produce more paper products,
Correct.
cardboard, than probably a home would produce, especially some of these that are in that type of manufacturing.
Right.
So it would benefit the company to do so as well.
Absolutely. You know, we offer the co-mingled containers also, not just cardboard only. That has the slot to slide the cardboard in. But we can take the same thing that we take at the curb, which is, well, I mentioned earlier, your plastics 1 through 7, your aluminum, your tin, your junk mail, anything without food residue. So
Okay.
makes it pretty simple.
No baby diapers,
No baby diapers.
no dirty food residue
That's
things.
right. That's right.
If it's not biodegradable, I guess, then don't put it in there.
That's right. I mean, it's really amazing. I'm sure we have some residents out there. I'd love to hear from them, you know, but when you put this out every other week, it's amazing. You have to push down on the recycling. I'll put my garbage can out weekly. I don't have to. It's just a habit. Maybe it has two bags of garbage in there.
Exactly. I've been recycling for about 5 years when you first began.
That's right. You do it.
And I've noticed I take my recycling container heaped up twice a month. I put my garbage can out once a month.
There you go.
That's it. Because after you look at all the products and you have a sample here of what can be recycled, there's not a lot of waste product left to go to a landfill.
There's really not, Paula. I brought a few things. I didn't bring everything, but we've got plastics 1 through 7. It's very simple. You look on the bottom, there's a little triangle, gives you a number right in the middle, and a 1 here. So you just throw it in the recycle bin. You got another one here with a 6. Again, plastic, you throw in the recycle bin. Aluminum, boom. That easy. How about you, Jack? Do you have something
See
for
what
me?
we got here. Yep.
Bam!
Throw that one in there.
There you go.
Look at that.
Little magazines, newspaper. Boom. It's as easy as throwing it away, but you feel good when you do it.
Excellent. And there's no sorting. I don't have to make a little stack of this.
That's right.
I just throw it all in one container. You guys come by with your truck, with the arm, and you pick it up, and it's done.
Yep. Paula, you know what I see in the future? I really do. And these young ladies probably will back me up on that. Is I believe in the future, I don't know when the states get involved, I can see recycling being weekly service and garbage going every other week.
I'd love to see that happen.
I do too.
Especially
Maybe in the future
here
we'll see that.
in the city of Fort Oglethorpe, I'd love to see recycling in a green city.
And I guarantee you would get a lot of recognition for that.
Well, as long as we're saving the environment for my great-great-grandchildren, I'll be happy.
That's right.
Now, there's some other programs I've seen, Joe, and maybe you can elaborate, Kata, where recycled materials are being used to develop products. Like the plastic bottles are being made into other things.
Yeah, Kata was just mentioning that somebody at her school. What were you talking to us about, Kata, during the
I
break?
have some students that are wanting to do a project, and they're collecting plastic bottles from all over the school, and they want to use it to build a greenhouse. And we've looked up ways that you can do that. We had a student do their STEM project on how to build houses with plastic bottles if you fill them up with sand, all kinds of things, so that they don't end up just in the garbage can without a second life.
There you go.
Great, because only 27% of plastic bottles are ever recycled. And this is from recyclingfacts.com, by the way, audience, so you can check my numbers. Kata, you mentioned STEM. I know what that means, but tell our audience at home, what is STEM?
It's science, technology, education, science, technology, engineering, and math. And we're working on having a STEM academy at Ridgeland. And so the students focus in those areas so that they can, it's mainly for, if you want to be an engineer, you would want to focus on STEM. And in ag classes, we have tons of STEM involvement anyway, because I have a lot of math concepts in my class. I have a lot of engineering concepts. And so now Ridgeland's working on a STEM academy.
Wow.
So it's been there for 2 years now.
2 years.
We have sophomores next year, they'll be juniors.
Excellent. Now, why is Catoosa County, and I've heard a lot of counties in Georgia that are going to STEM, why are they doing this? What's their goal to change the traditional way that we taught students? What do we want the students to do when they leave our high schools?
Well, I think now it's a lot about the future. We have so many students that worked with solar panels, recycling, building things with, what most people would consider trash. It's just our future. We have these students that are innovative anyway, and we're trying to find a way to get them to focus that energy into something beneficial for themselves, for the environment, for their great-grandchildren. They might not even know it. We had students build solar-powered lawn mowers, ways to charge your phone without plugging it in, all kinds of stuff.
That's neat.
Wow.
So I definitely wish that I had been as creative as that in high school, or as creative as you. I never would have guessed that I would be where I am now and getting to work with all these students that are so excited about
But don't
learning.
feel bad. I wasn't creative either.
I
So
just
it's
did-
all
I-
good.
it was one of those
That's hard to
things.
believe. That's hard to believe. Knowing Joe, that's hard to believe.
Well, each generation's getting more and more creative,
Yeah.
and we're having to.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, and it's impressive to watch the way that they think and work together, and it's just every day I'm amazed by what they can do.
Resources saved. It says here that, and let me get my facts straight before I quote, that recycling half of the world's paper would free 20 million acres of forest land. Think how many trees you could plant, how many gardens you could plant, and what you would have if everyone recycled that. It also tells us that here, let me find it. Well, let me find it. All right, aluminum cans. You're talking about plastic. That aluminum cans are made into soda cans, pie plates, license plates, thumbtacks, aluminum foil, and other household items. So how many items in the household do you think we have now that are made from recycled products?
It's a great question. I really don't know. I think there's quite a few, and I think there's an opportunity to even recycle more because there are companies out there that are specializing in recycled material. You'll see it in notebooks, right? When you go through to buy notebooks for your school, and it'll say from recycled paper. So it's great that I think we're seeing businesses go that way and promoting it. And I guess the thing that we used to hear all the time is, why don't you do it for free? Well, it's very costly, unfortunately, but it's the right thing to do. It's not more than servicing your waste, because there's the disposal cost there, but you still have to hire the driver. You still have to crank up the truck. You still have to invest in the cart. And so there is a small cost there. And then commodity pricing goes up and down. So unfortunately, it's very unpredictable. But again, you go back to the right. Really, it shouldn't be about cost if it's very minimal, which it is, which we'll talk about that here in a little bit.
Yeah, we will.
It's just, you should do it because it's the right thing to do, right? Preserve the environment.
Exactly. Now, recycling glass reduces air pollution by 14 to 20% and saves 25 to 32% more energy than making glass from the virgin raw materials. So reusing this and the process it goes through, I'm sure is a very, very technical process. But even these glass containers save 9 gallons of fuel for every ton of glass recycled. So this could equate to driving my cars a little cheaper, because if we're saving that with glass, it's cheaper to operate, cheaper to purchase the fuel. So,
we all like the $1.99, don't we, Paul?
Loving me some under $2 gasoline.
Exactly. So that's what we want to keep it at.
Especially with my car. If it was only the high premium that was under $2.
Recycle that glass, people. We need to do it.
Please, help me with that
That's
car.
right.
Help me with that. So, ladies, suggestions. We're going to run close on time. That's why I was pushing this show, because it's so interesting. Suggestions on what you would like to see Heritage High School start afresh to begin a recycling program.
I would love to see bins to put glass in, bins to put plastic in, bins to put paper in, everything that you can recycle. I would love for us to have on campus bins that the students can bring, because I know that there are so many households that Heritage students live at that produce all this waste, and I know that we could make a dent in recycling these products if we could get our students to bring it to school.
We got to make it cool, right? Some cool incentive.
And we have a bin like that at 4 of your schools. I'm not sure which 4 off the top of my head, but you talk to Kim, your advocate, and I'm sure we can get you a commercial container out there. So make it. Hey, you know what? She'll drive it. She'll make it happen.
I can see that.
Her and Kata, they will make it happen. There's no doubt in my mind.
We're going to be reading about her.
We are. I believe that.
Kata, Ridgeland, Rossville Recycles. Mayor Teddy, he's got it going on with Rossville Recycling. How are we going to get more people in your area to begin recycling?
I think the biggest thing for us, we have the science department does recycling at Ridgeland, and the teachers can put boxes out by their doors to fill up with bottles, cans, everything. But I think informing the students, and then they get to take that home to their parents. I think that's where it really spreads. And anybody that has a presence in the community, it's so easy.
It is.
It's just taking it and putting it in a different container. If I have the choice, if I have a plastic bottle in my hand, to put it in the blue trash can or the green recycling bin, it's, they're right beside each other. So just think before you act is, I think, the biggest thing.
It's changing that mindset.
Yes.
It's just learning. When I was little, we didn't do seatbelts. But now it's automatic. Retraining our minds to do this automatically, and then it'll be easy, secondhand. Zach, we're ready to look at that next recycling commercial, and then when we come back, Joe's got a special offer for us.
I do.
You have got the power.
Remember, we did not inherit this earth from our ancestors. We're borrowing it from our children. Be a part of Keep Fort Oglethorpe Beautiful. Call the number you see at the bottom of your screen now to become a part of keeping Fort Oglethorpe green. This is Council Lady Paula Stinnett. God bless and keep America beautiful.
All right, Joe, we've been waiting for this.
You've been waiting for this, Paula? Well, here's the deal.
The moment of truth.
All right. Well, you called me and wanted me to be on the show, and I was excited, right? Ordered a load of recycle cars. They're in. They're in.
They're there.
They're there. They're on my property, folks. Listen. Right now, I was just doing a little research, and I see that City of Fort Oglethorpe, we have about less than 10% participation, 110 roughly households that participate right now. City of Chickamauga has about 70, and Rossville also has around 100. So here's the deal. The first 100 customers that call in the City of Fort Oglethorpe and the City of Rossville will get 2 months for free. All you have to do is pay the first month, and you get 2 months for free. It's only $5.79 a month for every other week. Try it out. If you don't like it, just call us back. We'll come pick up the container. City of Chickamauga is a little different. We have a special with them, but the city handles all the sign-ups. So you'll have to call the City of Chickamauga just to sign up for recycling if you're interested. So that's it, Paul. I mean, why not? Let's make it happen.
You're even giving this for free. 2 months free.
2 months for free. Just because I like Jack and you, Paula, and, you invited me to the show, and it's the right thing to do.
That's a sweet deal.
Great. Well, Zach's going to put Republic's number on the screen, and that's the number you can call, 423-867-9640, and tell them you saw it on Solutions of Success, 2 months of free recycling. Thanks, Zach. And we'll give you that number again before we close the show. Wow. You have made a great offer. I didn't even have to put you in the can like I did Monica.
I understand. I'm glad you spared me that.
You were afraid that was going to happen, weren't you?
I was. I wasn't sure about you tonight.
That's your exit vehicle, Joe.
That's right.
You won't look like Oscar the Grouch, but with Joe in the can or something for recycling. This is a great thing to begin, and they have until Earth Day to do this.
That's right. Actually, I'll let it go through the month of April. Earth Day's the 22nd, so let's get them signed up.
Okay, so we're celebrating Earth Day with 2 months free recycling.
That's correct.
Just call and say you saw it on Solutions of Success.
That's it. That's all you have to do.
I think you just got a partner in helping you promote for your Earth Day celebration.
All right.
That's right. I'm going to give you my card so I can help her out.
Awesome.
I like it. That's what we do here. This is all about networking with careers. All right, Zach, let's tell them about those wonderful sponsors again who love families in Catoosa, Walker, and City of Chickamauga. Thank you.
We're on the air 24/7, a North Georgia taste of heaven, a fun place to be. And we're your family, UCTV.
Dr. Carl F. Peterson Jr. has been practicing dentistry in the Rossville area for over 30 years. He and his professional staff will gently take care of all of your general, orthodontic, and cosmetic dentistry needs. Dr. Peterson is a participating provider with most insurance companies as well as HealthSpring and Medicaid and will gladly file your insurance. He will be greeted by his friendly staff who take pride in making sure your visit is a pleasant experience. Call and schedule your smile makeover, and don't forget to mention seeing this ad on Solutions of Success to receive a 20% discount on your visit.
At Accelerated Workflow Solutions, we provide software and training in the field of voice recognition to help make computers more accessible for both medical professionals and people with disabilities. Call us at 706-375-3007. We are the Dragon People. We are Accelerated Workflow Solutions.
Absolute Fit is an all-in-one fitness and weight management center. Our mission is to provide professional-friendly support in weight management and all levels of fitness training. We are located at 3012 Lafayette Road in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, just before you enter the Chickamauga battlefield. Remember our motto, don't cheat your body, and mention it and receive a $20 discount towards our J-Blast program.
I knew I needed to lose some weight. I was, and I had a lot of people that had taken the class that wanted me to try it out. So I finally gave in. Said, okay, I'll do that. The exercise program is simple. It's 18 minutes a day right now, which will go up to 28 minutes a day. And I like the knowledge to know that I have to come in on Saturdays or whenever my class is, stand up in front of him and explain why I didn't do well or I did do well. So it's all about the accountability for me more than anything. Well, for me, I take my kids to school. Swing by here. I'm usually, my schedule's a little more flexible than some people's, but for me, it's not about I don't have time, it's about I make time. I would find the time, I'd find that 18 minutes somewhere, even if I have a really tight schedule, I'd find that time because it's that important to me. But it's only, like I said, 5 minutes, and then our little exercise routine that we do, they're 1 minute apiece, and you just keep moving for a minute, you get 30 seconds between each one, and then another 5 minutes, and to me that's not a lot. But you can actually accomplish a lot in 18 minutes that you didn't know you could accomplish. Well, he holds you accountable, but then you feel like you've let your class down if you have to come in and explain, I gained a pound because I went out and had this party and I ate what I knew I wasn't supposed to eat. And I don't ever want to have to get up in front of them or him and tell them why I gained weight. We go through a presentation to start with. This just helps kind of restructure the way you think about things, and then all of the members in the class are very supportive. We support each other. If you've had a bad week and then you've still lost weight at the end of it, everybody's excited because you do have rough weeks. You have weeks where you feel like, I don't think I did what I could do, but then when you come in and get on the scale and you've still lost weight and everybody's clapping and they're excited for you, it really makes you feel a lot better about what you felt like you didn't do so well on. For me, it's the supportiveness. It's knowing that there are other people there that'll support me no matter what. If I have a bad week, they're still supportive. If I have a good week, they're supportive. It doesn't matter. And knowing that I can come in and cry on Jack's shoulder if that's what I need to do helps me out a whole lot. And I've had bad days. I've had bad weeks. We've had to discuss. He's had to talk me down off the ledge a couple of times, but I like this knowing that they care, because you don't find that everywhere. Sometimes you go somewhere, they just give you a pill and send you on your way. He actually is all about trying to change your life and the way you think about things, and I like that about Jack. I think I walk a little taller than I did a year ago, which is pretty big. You start to feel a lot better about yourself and the way you look. And for me, that's big, because I've never felt like I've never felt that way. I've struggled in my entire life with stuff like that. So it's big. Since March 21st of last year, I'm down 40 pounds. Just that, I think most everybody you talk to would tell you that if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Welcome back. Last few minutes, the panel is going to offer their suggestions, what they want to happen. You at home, listen up and see if you can pick up on some of the suggestions they're going to make and some of the opportunities for you to begin recycling coming up. Dinah?
I would love to invite the whole community to our Earth Day event, April 22nd from 6 to 8 p.m. at Heritage High School in the Media Center. We're having a rain barrel silent auction where the first 40 people to come through the door get a free EcoFlow shower head. We're having a whole bunch of informational tables about what you can do to help the environment, just little suggestions, and we're also having opportunities to get more involved with volunteer programs in the community as well.
Excellent. I love to hear about young people getting involved, volunteering, and doing things to help their community. Now, this is April 22nd. What are the times again, Dinah?
6 to 8 p.m.
6 to 8 p.m. at Heritage High School. Mm-hmm. And just go in and check out all the neat things that you guys have been working on mm-hmm. and opportunities to really get involved. All right. Kata.
I would just say don't be afraid to try new things. I didn't know what hydroponics was really until this past summer, and you just have to dive in head first. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to contact myself or Peter Davis, the other ag teacher. The school phone number is 706-820-9063. We have people stop by all the time, and they either just want to see what it's about or they want our help, want some advice. So I'm always up to help people find out something new.
Well, I'm going to be taking advantage of that, and you're really going to have to start on novice level for me to figure it out.
That's where I started. My first goal was don't kill any fish, don't flood the greenhouse. So.
All right, I think those are good rules to live by.
And they're easy.
We're also going to come see you in about a week and a half, April the 6th, for your plant sale.
Yes, please do. We have all kinds of plants to sell. It benefits our students. The students have worked so hard this semester. We've been in the greenhouse almost every day for the past 2 weeks trying to get stuff ready. So
I'm looking forward to that.
It's fun.
All right. Joe.
Well, you know what I want to see. I want to see the city of Fort Oglethorpe and city of Rossville and city of Chickamauga be leaders in recycling in our community. So I think we started with the promotion tonight with Earth Day. We haven't done that, ever given 2 months away free for recycling. So, when you've been partners with the city of Fort Oglethorpe and city of Rossville for over 20 years, and you want to give back, and you want to give back to the community, and you want to save the environment. So that's what we want to see. We want to see participation, increase the participation, because it's the right thing to do. It saves landfills, and ultimately it saves all citizens and the community money over the long haul.
It's definitely a win-win for everyone.
It is.
And I'm here. I'm thinking that at the end of April, I'll check with you, and I want to know Rossville, Fort Oglethorpe, Chickamauga.
Little competition there, Paula.
Little healthy competition. And maybe the city that does the best, we could have a little plaque or something.
Sounds like we could do that.
I like it. I'm always in for a little healthy competition. So, Mayor Teddy, it's on. Sean Whitfield in Chickamauga, it's on. And the competition is going. We'll see who wins the plaque from Republic Services for recycling.
That's right.
I like it.
I like it too.
I like it. Well, Jack, it's been an interesting evening.
It has. Got a lot of great information, just like what Katie was talking about. Also, you can go on YouTube, not only see the SOS videos on there that you have uploaded, but you can learn about aqua and hydroponic how to get started on some YouTube videos. So that's a great way to do it too if you don't have time to come down to the school. But I also want to mention, Joe,
Yes, sir.
that I'm going to be your first commercial customer
Thank
to
you.
sign up for this deal, because we're all about change down there at Absolute Fit. And this is just another great way, because we have a tremendous amount of bottles.
Yeah, you do.
We have a tremendous amount of papers and stuff like that. So we're going to be your first one
Well,
on
good.
the list.
We'll come see you tomorrow. We'll
So
get you
I
signed up.
encourage other businesses out there to jump on board and do the same thing I'm doing. If you want to make a difference in your community, make that phone call.
I'm so glad you're in Fort Oglethorpe. That's one for us. Thank you. Thank you. So, again, Jack just mentioned to you, Solutions of Success on YouTube. You can YouTube us. Check out some of the past episodes, and I'll be posting the future episodes for you to catch up on as well if you just happen to miss it on Thursday night. I think that's got it.
I think it about sums it up.
Rock on. As always, God bless America, and it's a beautiful day to be in North Georgia.